Armageddon 2! Electric Boogaloo! Yes, it's the Apocalypse! Version 2! Because, you know, when you have the apocalypse, you're going to have more than one apocalypse. So yeah, Armageddon 2. I'm trying to figure out what in God's name Armageddon 1 was, but I guess we kind of missed out on that one. So we're just starting on Armageddon number 2 for some random reason that I'm not really sure about. Yeah, I'm not sure we'll be able to figure out what the plot is. It involves death, probably. So, yeah, that's all I really got there. Anyway, this is made on, well, August... Actually, no, that's October 19th of 1996. So yeah, relatively recent level compared to a lot we've seen. This is probably one of the most recent levels, I guess you could say. Because the Aftershock toolbox means that we've kind of pushed out our area of exploration to more like December of 1996. We're covering all of 1996 from June to basically the end. So, needless to say, this is October 19th of 1996. Finally enough, it just hit October, so it's kind of a weird anniversary thing. I don't think we actually have any October maps for Quake. So, rather curious, we finally found one. Anyway, this is made by Matthias Warch, who is apparently a co-author of The Trooper's Playground, which I don't recognize at all, Memento Mori 2, which is a Doom thing, and Requiem, which is another Doom-based thing. So yeah, just a lot of Doom-based things that are rather popular. So yeah, it's a big name for Doom, but we don't really care too much about it. I don't think it was the guy we saw last time that made Memento Mori, is it? I believe there was a guy who did Memento Mori before, but I don't think this was his name. Maybe it's like the other guy. There were two guys that made it. Thomas Muller and maybe Matthias Wirch was the other? I'm not really sure, as I said. He only mentions Memento Mori 2, not Memento Mori 1. So maybe this... like I said, Thomas Mori 2 was definitely one of them, but I'm trying to figure out who is the other guy who was with him. Yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to figure out the name that was with Memento Mori or whatnot. Oh god. No, that's Dennis and Thomas Moeller. They're basically brothers, apparently. So needless to say, that is definitely not Matthias Wirch. I'm not sure who Matthias Wirch is. He's co-author of Memento Mori 2 and Requiem. So I guess he's just a big name. He's a big name, I guess. Yeah, he is basically a contributor to them. Not really a co-author, but he's definitely made certain particular levels for Memento Mori 2 and Requiem. So, needless to say, it is something, and I guess you could say he is a relatively big name in the scene, compared to a lot of them that we've seen, who are just budding level designers. So anyway, he's also known as Lang Zuar on Quake Ed. So yeah, for more information on the Armageddon series, forthcoming levels, and the Armageddon Quake server, visit my homepage. So, yeah, apparently, like I said, this is the second level of Armageddon. I have no idea where Armageddon 1 is. I guess we'll just keep continuing to hunt, and hopefully we'll dig it up. Like I said, this is Quake. We're not going to really have plot, story, anything like that, so it doesn't really matter that we're playing the second level of a series. I think when we did Doom, we did like Hades' House of Horrors 2 before we did 1. It really doesn't make a world of difference, especially when they're made in such a short period of time. So, yeah. We found the second level, we need to find the first somehow, but yeah, basically it was originally intended to be a pure deathmatch level that's basically been combined into single player and deathmatch. It plays well in both modes. So yeah, we'll actually have single player once again. It's a fully built level. Definitely one of the more involved levels, it looks like. The file size alone definitely says it's more involved than a lot of things we've checked out. As pretty much might be surmised from that, this is a 16 deathmatch start level. Basically as maximum as you can, deathmatch-wise. A relatively large level. Many of the features of the level are changed in deathmatch. It is opener, and has another item layout to provide a decent frag fest. So, needless to say, we're going to have a completely separate deathmatch mode that I guess I'll have to be covering separately. Of course, without commentary or whatnot, but cover it, of course, in the documentation. Anyway, also, another thing to mention is that all skill sends have been implemented for the single-player game, so we even have that. Difficulties for the first time in such a long time are actually separated. So yeah, this is a really involved level, is essentially what I'm trying to say. He really went all out in making this level in comparison to a lot that we've seen lately. Nightmare is a bit harder than the original Quake levels, but is possible. So, anyway, this level fully supports the deathmatch camera. If you haven't gotten it, you can try and obtain it. I don't know, have we seen the deathmatch camera? I believe if I had to take a guess on what that one was, it would be the modification that allows you to see from shotgun shells. So if you use the camera, you can essentially see from any shotgun things. I'm not seeing the deathmatch camera. But yeah, like I said, the mindset is very, very simple with the deathmatch camera. All you really do is, whenever there's shotgun shells, you basically can use that as a camera. So I believe that's the case here, at least. That sounds logical. It took too long to make. Logical, not based on how big it is. And it was designed using quests, so it's yet another quest level. Yeah, we've seen so many quest levels lately. And yeah, this is just adding to that list of 20 plus levels now. Also, MDOS Edit was also used to align some things manually. So anyway, there are no known bugs, but if you're encountering some disappearing entities when overlooking the Great Hall, you're probably using Quake 1.01. It doesn't affect gameplay in any way, but you may want to increase the maximum number of edges and maximum surfaces you can kind of do to avoid this, which also will require you to reload the level. See, yeah, what he's essentially trying to say is this is going to be a very, very demanding level. This is pushing Quake to its limit in 1996, which means probably it's going to lag like crazy in DOSBots. Because, yeah, it's like the original vanilla DOSBots version of Quake is really, really laggy. And doesn't really handle demanding at all. GL Quake, it would work perfectly fine, but that, of course, is a lot better specifications-wise. So, with that in mind, let's see here. You can change the difficulty, do whatever you really want. Blah, blah, blah. You're not allowed to put this on any CD or anything without its explicit permission. Or, of course, that guy from a CD, so who knows if he got permission. And, yeah, that's pretty much about it. Let's actually load this thing up, because we are in for a little bit of a long haul, I'm assuming. So, well, let's start it. Deathmatch difficulties, everything else. Yeah, this is not one level that's going to be quick to really tackle. So, we're going to be probably, just make this a lengthy project. Only 35 enemies, relatively small for what I would assume is a much bigger map, but it is still something. Very Runic-y. Let's see here. Shells? No secrets or anything like that. Not fancy enough for that, sadly. Let me make sure. This is Nightmare, right? Yes, it is. This is the hardest difficulty. And you can see why, because it's painful. Yes, it is. It's very, very painful. Though it's also because I kind of got cornered in here. What I want to do is, move out here. So we can, circle around stuff. So you see a much better scenario here where you're not getting cornered by the ogre. Much easier. Simple, straightforward, and we tackled it. Alright. You see, 15 health. 15 healths have actually kind of gotten their place in custom levels for a change. Last level and this level have actually kind of brought some, finally. Most levels just spam 25 healths everywhere, so it's nice to see them. Like I said, when normally they're not really used. This is some really large room. What are those? Just like pictures or something? Or are they something? No. This is like the Great Hall, though. Probably. Oh, God! Yeah, a lot of vertical ascension. It reminds me of like, Tower of Despair or something like that. A lot of vertical ascension. We want to take this guy out so we can get down this route. Alright, so far so good. Got an area above us. I'm hearing something that sounds like a scrag. I'm not really sure what a scrag is. Huh. I hear you! I hear you, but I don't see you. Where are you? And why don't you try and kill me? Make life easier if you just, tried to murder me. Okay, so I could go through that doorway, but I also could try and climb up here. Huh, doorways, intersections, choices. I don't like choices. I see. I found an area with a bunch of knights. Just knights everywhere up here. This is just a decoration. So anyway, this is the same doorway, so we're still in the same area. Just an alternate route around. Let's see here. So as you see, very, very simple, very, very linear map so far. We haven't really had like anywhere to really like veer off on the side really at all. Why do I not like this? And where are all these buttons about? There's like buttons and stuff everywhere. What are you? Oh God, it's elevator! I want that elevator! Of course, if I go up there, I'm not sure if there's an easy way back. Do I dare go up there knowing that? Well, the alternative is getting attacked by scrags in a tight corridor. Then again, we have already killed 1/3 of the enemies. Yeah, it said this is a relatively short map in terms of enemies for what it is. Oh look! I'm glad I came this way. Nail gun! Oh God! Okay, we killed them. We killed the scrags. Thank God for that. If I drop to the ground... Because these aren't actually buttons or anything, which is depressing because you would think they were. I don't know what they are and why they're there. But yeah, all I want to do now is like work my way around. You think maybe like a button under the stairs or something like that. See, that's the thing, I'm too used to Quake and secrets to the point that now I'm thinking all these little decorations are secrets. I keep wanting something to appear or find some hidden area in this map because it feels like the type of map that would give me a hidden area. Which is good because normally I don't feel that in maps. It's not usually that decorated. Oh God, death everywhere! Quick to the 25 health here. Alright, he's stuck there and just gonna spam. Simple enough. Alright, so we still are doing relatively good. And as you see, lots of different little areas around here. Oh look, a fiend in a cage or something. We need more resources though first. Huh, that looks too far for me to reach. I don't feel myself confidence brimming to get to that. Well then, what is the alternative? The alternative is not dying. I could use some more resources. Kill with fire! Kill with fire! Hurry! Fiend dead! Okay, lesson learned. I cannot jump across to that. I had to try. It was worth trying. There's gotta be a way up. Oh god! I hate this elevator. I hate this elevator. So I always think I'm standing on it. I'm not standing on it. Somehow. So, I need some health. And even more importantly than health would be guns. I need guns. What the? Did you hear that? It sounded like I did something. Yeah. Is this some secret? Is this some secret? Yeah, listen to that. Yeah, look at that. It comes down when I come over here. There is some trick involving this, people. I don't know how you're supposed to get over there in time. But it's like, you just have enough time. Huh. Good question. How does one get across to that? Like I said, this is the idea, though. You need to trigger this and then somehow quickly move from here to there. Oh, we can find a way with scrags of death everywhere. Dear God, death everywhere! Pool with lava. Definitely not the safest of areas. But at least that's some nail ammo. And a window that overlooks that area with the shotgun. Which means I might find a way to that, hopefully. Get back, get back! Definitely a nasty surprise. Just a fiend appearing right before my eyes. Could somebody give me some health? That fiend appearing was not ideal. That was not okay! Oh god! I did not expect that! Okay, you got me, Level. Yeah, it's a lot like episode 3, but with the vertical ascension idea of episode 2 to make a painful level. And as said, it's a bit harder than the original game is, so that's something to say the least. When a lot of these levels are very, very bare bones easy, that's definitely a welcome change of pace. Now that we have some idea what to expect, hopefully we can like react a bit better to the situation. Say peekaboo, I see you. 3 down. Where's the 4th? Of course he snuck around that corner, sneaky. Cheeky monster. Cheeky Ricky. Let's see here. We've killed 8 of the enemies, so let's keep moving. Oh god, scrags. So, there was an ogre that appeared. That was the thing that occurred at one point. I can like hide here. There we are. It's that way now. We have tackled that. Cleared out the area. 110. Oopsie daisy, fell down. I fall down. Tinky Winky fall down. Okay, and then we come up here and we have. Death everywhere. Definitely not the most relaxing of experiences. Let's see here. So, we pretty much know from experience that this is a bad idea to try and get over there. Let's see here. We need to get some more. Alright, there we are. One fiend out of the way. I see spooky ghosts everywhere, people! Kids, 2 of the scrags down. There we are, 3 of the scrags down, and we're up to 18. Now for the fun part. Trying to get this stuff without causing a scene again. This time you're not getting me like that. I've learned from last time in your nasty ambush. And you as well, buddy. And look, now I can get across the second area. Oh, okay, that's just the way forward. But while we're here, let's head back and kill that bloody fiend. Of course, he had to grab me that one time. But at least that made me 20 enemies. I could really use, like, an idea of what this area is supposed to contain. Because ambushes is definitely my biggest problem. That's the bridge I was at before. There's really nothing around here. Yeah, we just cleared this room pretty much. Back up! You knew, Quake, you knew something was happening with the door open. Quick, to the healths and the shells. Alright! Surprisingly, that actually worked out well for me. Thank goodness, because there's no resources whatsoever in this map. There's like barely any ammo, and there's no armor or anything else that could really help me here. I don't like this elevator. Game, I don't like this. Okay, it goes down. And the doorway is going to be that way. Or that way. We have 2 doorways. Pick your poison. Alright, there we are. What exactly was the point of this? Well, I guess 2 enemies that would have otherwise been an annoyance that I kind of wiped out. Oops! Dear God, a Death Knight! Another one! Yeah, Death Knights of all things. God. It's a lack of resources in the Death Knights that can really be painful. Needless to say, those nail gun shells are really precious. In fact, everything in this level is pretty precious, resource-wise. So we just want to like dance with the devil over here. Give me your resources. Two of them wiped out. Here's the third one. Very simple and straightforward. Alright, one area where I don't have to worry about too much death so far. Got 50 nails. Curse you! Got hit, sadly. I'm trying to avoid getting hit by things. I could help it. Scrags are a hard thing to avoid getting hit by, too. Because they shoot so fast. The shots are weak, but it's like they shoot so fast that it's very, very easy just to get hit by one little stray projectile, something like that. Now, there's no easy way just to take up stuff up there. No, you need to like go up and then deal with it. And that's the hard part because this area is like crazy. Easy enough, luckily. No long-term effects. And now, Ray, we have more health on the map than we did last time. So, all positives. Got stuck on the geometry. Easy enough, luckily. Let's continue along. Well, that's 18 enemies. Got some more nails. Now, one stupid question. Is there something on the elevator besides the fiend? The world may never know if I don't do the stupidity of trying to get on it. Does it go back up? I don't think so. I think I just found that it did nothing. Well, at least I figured out that it does nothing. Apparently it's expected that you come up the elevator again. So as you see, we were able to kind of get the drop on this guy. Worked rather well for me. Alright, let's see here. We now just get across here, and now we have the double door area. Oopsie daisy. Now it fell down, of course. Really, the main thing is I'm just lacking ammo. I have 12 rockets, but no rocket launcher or really anything to use with it. Okay, well, at least we got shells, so that's a start, right? Though, of course, once again, I don't really know what I'm doing. So there's a button that allows me to go back. So that's not my biggest concerns, luckily. Alright, it's 25 out of 35. One down. There we are. Alright, 2 down. 27. God, do I dislike this area already. This feels like something that's gonna be some type of trap or something. Like, why is these faces on the walls? Why is it so sunken in? Why is there like goodies everywhere? I don't like this one bit. Okay, well, luckily I seem to be doing relatively well. This area leads forward. Actually, no, this just leads back to the area with the bars and the fiends. Alright, so... what exactly would I be opening up by pressing the button? Do I want to know? Yes, I kind of need to know, so... the stairs have been lowered! And yeah, these are all the windows into the beginning area. Which, luckily for me, doesn't seem too bad to get to. So you see, where exactly is the stairs lowered? They said the stairs have been lowered, but they didn't really say where. What stairs have been lowered? Oh, I see. Okay, so now we can come down here and continue on. We're going to need some sort of silver key, though. Another one of these. We learned from last time this has a Death Knight behind it. So what's this one have? And when does it reveal itself? As we saw from last time, the other pillars showed that this was a trap. When is it open? Not again! See? What did I say? You made yourself too predictable. And luckily for me this time I have a lot more room to navigate. So as you see, a lot easier to kill those cans of meat. So you see the silver key went through the doorway up there. So now how do I get to that? The trap occurred, sure, but now what do I do? How does one get lower? Guys? Now what? That's a stupid question to ask oneself, probably. But there seems to be a lack of... Wait. I thought I saw something on the wall here, but no, they all look the same. So how does one get to that silver key? Wait, it goes upstairs. What's upstairs? Let's try and head back that route, I guess. Okay, I see! So it comes back up here to the area that looked pretty devious before. And something spawned. We don't know what, but something just spawned in the map. Is there a Shambler? Close, it's a feed. Luckily for me, I have the staircase, which means vertical ascension is nothing. Okay, that's a fiend. There's at least a second fiend, so that's going to be 34 out of 35. But that won't be 35 out of 35. There'll be one more enemy, and of course a boss fight means a Shambler, right? Probably. Oh look, he's stuck! We have a stuck fiend, everybody! Look at this! The gods have praised us! The gods have praised us, everybody! Now it's time just to whack him over and over repeatedly. Yep, just a pathetic stuck fiend. Yep, he just kind of glitched on the wall and whatnot. We've seen it a couple times. I think we saw it in like one of the Aftershock Toolbots levels. But yeah, stuck fiends seem to definitely be an issue. Wait, what am I saying? The last enemy is an ogre. We already know that because I can hear him. So we just faced up against the hardest things left. I have a nail gun. Die! All too easy, and here we are. 100 health, we're ready to exit this level. This must be the exit teleporter. At least that's what they've told me. Step into this teleport to exit the level. Well, that seems simple enough. Simple and straightforward. Let's get into it. There we are. Rough, difficult to say the least. It leads to E3M2. Yeah, it's definitely made to be like a Runic level, so it definitely feels like if it's going to be long anywhere in Quake, it's an episode 3 map. And yeah, it was a rather relatively painful one at that. It definitely felt rather rough trying to play it and whatnot. I'm not sure if some of it was definitely the roughness of not being used to a normal level after being so long on relatively pathetic levels. But yeah, this one actually felt like it had some challenge to it, due to the lack of resources, due to the general lack of ammo. It was definitely a level that you were kind of pushed to the limit when it came to resources for a change, in a way that we haven't seen in quite a while. Most levels kind of just give us a bunch of rockets and we end up spamming our way through everything, so it isn't really something that I consider a challenge. So, seeing something like this is definitely a welcome sight. Definitely well decorated, it felt like an id level. It felt like a level that kind of belonged in the original game for a change. Yeah, I really don't have any qualms with this level. I can't really think of anything. Maybe it would have been nice with some secrets or really any side exploration in general. That really was probably the weakest point of the level. There really wasn't anything outside of what the level offered in terms of like general playability. Pretty much everything you saw in the level was pretty much intended to be seen on the level. Like, it was all done together to be a linear romp, if you will. There was no going around and if you explore over here, you get the benefit of some extra gear. No, it was pretty much everywhere you went was somewhere you were pretty much intended to go. So it almost felt like I kind of was railed along on the tracks, which to an extent, regular Quake is linear. But to give original Quake some favor, there are plenty of areas that you can also go off on the side and like explore a little side area that could otherwise be totally missed. Say like, you know, the water area in E1M1 or pretty much any other level, there's always some side areas to explore that you don't necessarily need to go to. Not even always secrets. But here, it pretty much was everywhere you went was mandatory. There was some rational reason to the level design that you were going there. So, in a way, it felt relatively limited in that direction. And therefore, it's not really the perfect of experiences. But at the same time, I will say, it felt like an episode 3 level. It felt like, you know, something that was decently enough detailed, all that. And furthermore, it had a nice amount of playability. The gameplay portion, even if it was linear, was relatively good. And what prevents it, I guess, from being like a problem is linear in Quake is different from linear in other games. Because linear in Quake, you still have an unscripted sequence. The entire gameplay is focused on that challenge. It's focused on the enemies that appear. That leads to challenge and more unpredictable gameplay, as opposed to if the linear experience had a bunch of puzzles I had to solve, or say if that linear experience, you know, had cutscenes or quick-time events, or really any other of the godforsaken things that usually plague like modern games that are linear. So, yes, it is linear, and that could be kind of a fault of it, but honestly, for what Quake kind of generally offers, it's not really the biggest of concerns. I don't really feel like a level being too linear is really a jab against Quake. If this was another game, say like Thief, I think I would have more criticism and more of a gripe against it. Saying something like Thief, you gotta have more exploration, you gotta have more of a different environment because of its sandbox-like nature and the ability to have that type of unpredictability, which in turn leads to you needing to have that as a general rule. In Quake, everything is relatively static, and while that sounds rather negative, one, is kind of a product of its age, and two, it's also the fact of the matter that it does lead to a rather simplistic design here. You can have a relatively linear romp and it not feel terrible. As I said, there really wasn't anything I could really complain about here, even with it being linear. It's something I did note, but it's not something that really bugs me or really upsets me in any way and says it makes me say this level was horrible. Yeah, the level felt perfectly fine. I didn't really feel confused by any of the directions they kind of sent me. The level felt relatively good in terms of combat and difficulty. So, yeah, I say this was a relatively good experience for a change. Anyway, thank you all for watching. It's been an adventure, and I guess a positive adventure for a change. Yeah, we've been checking out a lot of different, like, relatively bad levels, so seeing something like this, a nice polished level, is definitely a nice welcoming change of pace. Thank you all for watching. It's been an adventure. I shall see you all in the next episode.